Hello and welcome to yet again another amazing session, a one-on-one with our one and only CEO Paul Mukoma here at Talanta TV. My name is Belinda Rotich, and today we just thought into it that we should have a discussion with the CEO of Talanta Institute and get to know what it entails, the entrepreneurship journey as a man who's transitioned in the media industry. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Yeah. Thank you very much for having me. It's an honor.
Karibu. Just tell us briefly, I know you as the CEO of Talanta Institute, but there's someone watching who might not know who you are. So briefly just tell us who you are and what you do.
Wow. Well, you call me CEO, but I prefer team leader or team player. And myself, I would call I'm a creative, I'm a family man, proudly so, and I see myself as an entrepreneur, and so I love transforming people. I love seeing people come from one place to another place, so I also see myself as a transformer of somebody, an agent of transformation, and so I really love when I see, I meet people, they're here, and I help them achieve something. So I'm an enabler of destinies.
Yeah. You are an icon in the media industry, transitioning from Prince Cam and birthed into Talanta Institute. Could you just kindly give us a brief on the journey? Was it a childhood dream, or how did you get to Talanta?
Very, very interesting journey for me, because I've gone through so many phases in life, and if I can start from my childhood, I didn't know at any one time I will be in media. Okay, when I was young, I was very passionate about cars. Okay, very passionate. I used to create them. Grew up in the village, so I could create. We always used to create our toys, and I could make cars. We could mimic, driving and all that. So I was very fascinated by cars, and I thought I'm going to be either an engineer, something in the motor vehicle industry. But who knows? Maybe that's the next phase. But then in another phase, I wanted to be a musician. So when I cleared high school and I didn't manage to go to university. So I tried, matatu business. We had a small matatu in the village.
Yeah.
So I was the one operating the matatu. At one time as a tout, another time as a driver illegally, because I didn't have the license then. And at some point a mechanic, because it could break down anywhere. So I used to know how to fix it. It was a very old Peugeot 404. So it could break down. I had known how to fix it. So after a while the vehicle was grounded, so I had to figure out what else. I tried farming. We had a small farm in Naivasha.
Yes.
So I went there and tried to see what can I do with this farm.
Yeah.
So and I tried, and it was very tough work. Tilling the land and planting, and not much comes out. And I felt like, man, what else in life? So that's when I decided to go to college. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, so I followed my cousin who had done food and beverage. Sales and service techniques.
Yeah.
So, and because he had gotten a good job in a 5-star hotel, I thought, why not? Let me try what my cousin did.
Yeah.
So I went to the same college, did the course food and beverage, and got a job in the hotel, and then lost the job and got another job and resigned. And at one time, I met my former lecturer who was doing part-time photography, but he was also lecturing in hospitality. And because I had really tarmacked looking for a job, he asked me, okay, why don't we try photography for the time being?
Yeah.
And that is where my journey in media started. From that day, we started trying out photography. I looked at the pictures he was doing, though I wasn't passionate about media. When I looked at what he was doing very excellent work. And I got intrigued and interested to know, like, wow, there are levels in photography. Because my picture of my image of photography was that guy in the village who used to come with a bicycle. and take your photo, and you get it after a month or so, if you get it. Because sometimes they could say that something happened with the film, and you could not get the photos then.
Yeah.
Maybe you may not identify with this story, because those days they used to use a film, and it's not the digital photos.
Yeah.
It was a long process. So that's the image I had for who a photographer is. When I saw what Mr. Juguna was doing, it was very, professional photography. He was working with corporates. He was working with, doing very professional photography. I got interested.
Yeah.
And I started learning from him. So I learned from him, became a photographer. I worked with him for 4 years, and later started Prince Cam Media company. I also learned filming from him. We could do weddings, very high-profile weddings, and that's how I learned my media work, and that's how I started my journey in media.
Yeah. Jack of all trades, truly. A farmer, a mechanic at one point, a tout.
Yeah.
So you're someone who's really ventured into so many
And
careers.
At the time I tried hawking.
Oh God.
Yeah, we had gone through a lot in life, and I had a few curios in my house, so we went hawking in Market Market.
Yeah.
So been through, a few other things.
Yeah. So having experienced all those forms of careers, why did you settle in the media industry? Because again, you would have chosen to quit on photography and progress to something else. What made you stick with media?
I think God has a way of helping us discover our talents. That is why it's so important to really discover. They say there are 3 big days in life.
Yeah.
Okay, when you're born, when you discover why you were born, and maybe later when you exit this world.
Yeah.
So for me, that discovering why you were born is so important. So meeting Juguna and starting photography, I think it made me discover why I was born, because I was born a creative.
Yeah.
It's only that I had not discovered where to use my creativity. So when I started photography, it made me realize there's some creative aspect in me. And so photography brought out something in me that I had not seen before.
Yeah.
So why I didn't stop is because, some people say I chose this career, and some other people say this career chose me.
Yeah.
So I would say photography and media work found me or chose me, or we just collided.
Yeah.
And I believe it's a divine kind of a journey that God helped me discover my talent and my calling through photography. So it really helped me discover areas of me that I had not exploited.
Yeah.
So that is why when I started, I even forgot about my career in hotel. I forgot how to write CVs, even until today. I don't know how to write a CV. So when I discovered that, that light bulb in me, and glowed, and it kept becoming brighter and brighter. So I never thought again about going back to hospitality.
Yeah.
And that's why I knew this is why I was born. This is part of my journey. And I just kept doing it passionately, and just learning and serving and just doing everything I could in this area of media.
Yeah. That's amazing. I feel like I should give you a test after for the CV writing.
Please don't. I give up.
You give up.
I give up. I surrender.
Yes. So I've seen you transitioned now from the hospitality industry and opened your own business, that is Prince Cam.
Yeah.
And you've been actually able to partner with very big musicians, that is from Esther.
Yeah.
You were able to do her Kunadawa song. You were
Yeah.
able to mentor people such as Enos Olik. You were able to work with Mercy Masika. And what was the niche into excelling? Because you are a guy who had no knowledge in the media industry. You came in as a freshman, if I may put it so.
Yeah.
What made you excel in the media industry, that is Prince Cam Media?
I think for me is first learning from people.
Yeah.
I know you said you mentor people like Enos, but really not me mentoring, but it's just our lines crossing and working together.
Yeah.
Either using the studios we had, the space we had, and learning from each other.
Yeah.
Because for me, this has been a journey of learning from people, and that's why I believe in people. I believe in partnership, and I believe in transforming people and helping people achieve what they want. So from the time we started, and first I learned a lot from my mentor, Juguna.
Yeah.
He not only taught me photography, but he also taught me business or entrepreneurship, as you may put it. He taught me how to deal with people, how to manage people, and really how to work with people. Because life is about working with people and leveraging on people's strength and abilities. So I have not only mentored, but I've also been mentored. And sometimes it's two-way. There are at times you think you're helping someone, and then you realize they're actually helping you. I'll give you an example of how we actually now thought of starting training.
Yeah.
I was giving internship to students from universities and colleges.
Yeah.
Because at that time when I started, I was doing it alone. I was filming and editing, especially when we were working with Esther and the other musicians like Emmy Kosge. At the beginning I was working alone, and I could not afford to hire someone full-time. So I found these students who wanted some internship. They've come from college, university, and they need internship. So I gave them internship because some of them really pleaded and they needed my help. But later I realized when I trained them, they helped me grow because they could now edit for me. They could do some of the work for me. So I gained extra hands at work because of helping someone with the industrial attachment they needed for school.
Yeah.
And some of them, we ended up working with them for years after the internship, after I trained them. So to me, helping people get what they want eventually helps you get what you want.
Yeah.
So along my journey, whether it's people like Esther, I help them do big hits like Nadawa, but at the same time they help market my work. When you go to people like even those days when we cost gay and all that, I help them get what they want, and they help me in return market my work. To even when it comes to even the people we mentored in the industry, people like Sammy D and Steve Hunter, when they came, they needed help from me to learn and get a platform just to get skills.
Yeah.
But later I realized they actually really helped me. When we did the song Kunadawa, it's Sammy D who produced the song.
Yeah.
And the prince come then. So you find every time you're helping people, in return, you're helping yourself.
True.
So what they say, what goes around comes
around. Yes.
So you should make sure there's enough going
around to come
good.
back.
Yeah, because if what is going around is not good, it will come back to you. So I've realized by mentoring and helping people achieve what they want and excel, just helping and transforming people, it comes back to you.
Yeah.
And that is actually where our dream for starting a school started. Because I realized these people from university, when they come, I needed to retrain them.
Yeah.
So I could wonder, okay, what do they learn in university? So I discovered they have the theory, but when it comes to the technical skills, I got it.
You
I'm
definitely,
the guru.
yeah, you definitely got
and
it.
I'm the one who can help them now operate the cameras and all that. And at some point, I could even train lecturers, who are also lecturers in university, because I realized when it comes to practical work, you have to do it to learn. You have to do it. You can't just learn theory. Just like when you go to a driving school, you can't just learn how to on paper or driving what we first drive on the table.
Yeah.
You have to go on the field, on the ground, and know what happens when the rubber hits the road.
Yes.
Yeah? And like they say in a saying, like there's always a disconnect when the gown meets the town. And you graduate with flying cars, fast cars, and when you go to the ground or the city, you discover the town doesn't just respect your paper. You have to know how to do the work.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I realized now as I was training these people. there is a gap for practical hands-on training.
Yeah.
And that is how we started the training center.
Yeah.
At that time, a Springs Media Training Center.
Yeah.
And we started training, different people, and they also excelled. We could see them excel in what they were doing. And we knew we have, this dream was birthed to start a school or a college that will really focus more on practical hands-on training.
Yeah.
And that is why, like you said, it's a cycle. It's sort of like a boomerang.
Yeah.
And you throw out there and it
It
comes
comes
back
back.
to you.
Yeah.
You help someone, he will come back and help you. You work with Leak in the studio, he will come back as a mentor in the institute. You work with somebody, you help him with skills, he comes back either as a mentor or he does a production for you that puts you on the limelight.
Yeah.
So for me, I've really seen the power of helping people achieve what they want, and they also help you achieve what you want.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is truly amazing. I'm sure if there's any upcoming entrepreneur who's watching this, you've gotten so many tips for the fact that you are able to give back and get in return, not necessarily financially, but a growth in your business, which we have seen evidently with Talanta Institute, a big institution, naturally talents all over in the media industry specifically. And I don't know what led you to just now focus on the youth's talents, because the institute is based around growing skill and talent that the young people have. So why choose to nurture talent? Why not have an engineering school, the automotive engineering school? Why choose to nurture talents? Yeah.
You know what I would say, when you think about talents, actually even that engineering, you can be talented in that. You can have talents in all areas.
Yeah.
But I know there's what we look at as the main talents, and when we started, where we started in media, because that was my strength. But there's one thing I believe in, and that was one of our mission statement, even as Prince Media, to transform the society through media and to nurture talents. And at some point we were brainstorming about our mission statement, and we were like, why are you forcing this to nurture talent? It has to be there. Because I realized through myself what happens when you nurture a talent. Now when you nurture a talent or a skill in somebody, it can transform them forever. I am a product of talent that has been nurtured. Like, I didn't go to to school to learn what I do. It was just discovered and nurtured. And along the way also, I've worked with people and nurtured them, and I've seen them move from, I would say, from like zero to where they become heroes and become very big people.
Yeah.
And that is why we're really passionate about nurturing talents.
Yeah.
Right now we're nurturing talents mainly in media, whether it's TV and film production. And you have all those short courses in TV and film, whether it's editing, camera operation, photography, music, and all that. Right now we are nurturing talents in those areas. When I look at our nurturing of talents, it's also beyond the technical skills and media. It's also nurturing them in entrepreneurship and all that. And as much as those are the courses we are doing right now, in future, we can go to other courses, like you said, even engineering, but also nurture these people beyond the technical.
Yeah.
And also make sure these people are in their area. Because you are born with that thing in you that should be nurtured.
Yeah.
And that is why even our slogan right now is unveiling champions.
Yeah.
And when we talk of unveiling champions, it's because we believe everybody was born a champion. They just need to be unveiled or nurtured. Okay? And when you nurture people, it's not that you're putting the talent in them. You're just sharpening what is already in them, or reflect, or putting a light on, showing them that actually you're gifted in this, and really sharpening it to a level where it can pay them. So we're very passionate about that area of nurturing the talent, and also discovering what is their gifting. We have seen people come here and they say, I want to be a news anchor, and later they realize, actually better behind the camera.
Yes.
Some realize their skill in performing arts. Like even the other day when we were doing auditions for a show we are working on that will be on mainstream TV.
Oh, that's
And
amazing.
one of our students was discovered that he can actually act. He's one of the lead actors in that show. And will be coming up very soon.
That's amazing.
So we are very happy when our space is out of people being discovered.
Yeah.
That is why even in future when we'll be doing other courses, apart from media, is also these people to know that you can actually be a talented hotelier. Okay, there are people today who are either baristas and all that and working in a hotel, and you seem like that guy or the guy who, I don't know what he's called, the one who does a salt like this.
Yeah.
People travel from all over the world to go to the restaurant where he's in, because he cuts meat with a lot of excellence and he puts the salt, and he came up with that, style that you can tell this guy is not just a hotelier, or a chef. He's a talented chef. Yeah. Because he's discovered a different way of doing things that many other people are not doing. So that's why we're really passionate about the nurturing of talents. Yeah. And personally, right now we are mainly in media courses, or media and related and entertainment courses. But we'll move to other courses, but even in those, we tell people you can be different. You can be a talented hotelier. You can be a talented even accountant. Yeah. You can still do that and do it like nobody else. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know whether that answers your question.
It definitely answers my question, and it's very impressive that at Talanta Institute you're not just teaching them the skills, but you're also going beyond to nurture them to be able to be equipped even with skills that in the market today, because it is well known that the media industry is not an easy industry.
It's not at all.
Yeah, and on that note, I would just want you to mention some of the key lessons that you've learned as an entrepreneur in the media industry, that a young entrepreneur coming up or someone who's working on a media career, that they could emulate in their lives and be able to grow in the media industry.
Yeah. One of the key lessons I have learned along the way, and I've mentioned some of them as I was talking. One is mentorship. Getting somebody you can look up to, and they show you how it is done. Is one thing to learn things theory, is another thing to learn how it's done, where the rubber meets the road. Yeah. How can you get to do this? So a mentor helps you not just learn the skills, but learn how to apply the skills. True. And learn how to manage yourself. So getting a mentor is so important, because I would say I wouldn't be where I am if God didn't help me meet Juguna. And that goes to another thing, God also. Asking God and praying for God to show you who you are really meant to be. Yeah. You see, like now I studied food and beverage, and I would have stuck like, this is the only certificate I have. Yeah. I have to grow in that, in that industry, become a supervisor, a manager, that in hospitality. But I know, after seeking God, God helped me to discover myself. Also seeking God and asking God, who did you really create me to be? What was I born to do? Is very important, making that discovery. So when you have those two and you have a mentor, focus is very key. Being focused is very key. As much as you call me a jack of all trades, I would say, not really. Those were stages in my life. Yeah. But when I was in a matatu business, I focused there until I could repair this matatu while it was still moving. Yeah. I could repair its motion until now it gave up and was grounded. Yeah. When I was doing farming, I focused on that. But of course, during my part-time, when I was doing farming, I was trying to do rap music. And I thought I would be a rapper at some point. Yeah.
You're going to give us some lines.
No, I forgot it. I think so. I thought I would be a musician at some point. Then when I joined hospitality, I had a dream to, really become a big person in hospitality and eventually have a business. I even had a business name for my hotel, and who knows, one day I'll start that. Yeah. So the area of focus is very important. At some point, you have to really put your focus in something, because if you don't focus, you can spread yourself too thin. be a jack of all trade, like you said, and a master of none. And if you do that, you'll never be known for one thing. So at some point, you have to be known for one thing. There's a time I was known as the best waiter and be the best in what you're doing. When I was a waiter at Green Corner, people who knew I want to be served by Paul because he's the best. I could read people's order even before they tell me because they've been there several times. As they come in, they tell me their breakfast, I know exactly what they want.
Yeah.
So focusing on what, on one thing is important. Being excellent in what you do. Like I said, when I was a waiter, I want to become the best waiter at that time. And I was, for some time. And then now when I became a photographer, like I told you, I forgot how to do hospitality. Because again, I really focused and put everything I had into photography, videography. So I was really just focusing on that and learning that and excelled in photography and videography. And that is when I was doing those videos, but I was the best at that time. I was the best. We did a song that went viral for the first time even before social media was that.
Before the Twitter.
Before the Twitter. As we went viral on hard copies. With the number of copies we were distributing. One time we were distributing VCDs and DVDs. And even tapes at some point. So we went viral on what would you call it? Not on digital platform. We went viral on the what would you call it? Offline.
Offline. Which is
selling hard copies. We sold, and so at that time sold more than 1 million copies. That's crazy.
That is really crazy.
It was really piloted and so many people benefited from that album. So focus is very important. Discipline is very important. Being disciplined is important, and I was taught that by my mentor. Because at that time we used to, one of our biggest clients was a carnival restaurant. It was very big. We could go and cover the big concert. And at some point we could go for events where everything was free, both food and drinks, and you could drink as much as you could. But my mentor told me you have to focus. You go for an event. You don't eat before you are done doing what you're supposed to do. You don't put your camera down. You don't put your gun down. That time I was taught your camera is like your gun. You're like a soldier on the war front. Focus. And I think that's why in film we call it shooting. Because your camera is like a gun. You don't put your gun down. And you don't put your guard down. So he taught me that we could go with photographers in some parties. They get drunk. They eat and forget their work. You can imagine. We went, he's one of our friend photographers, he went for a party, he started drinking and lost his entire gear, worth close to $1 million. So, and I learned some of these lessons have really helped me along the way. So just being disciplined is so important. You go to carnival, your work is to cover. Whether, I remember at one time I was filming in between the crowd and Shaggy was performing and it was crazy, and girls are trying to pull you down from your stand. You keep your focus, and that taught me that even if you are to fall in an event, you fall down, but the camera should be intact. So that discipline is so key, and that's what we need to teach the young people. That discipline should be your second name if you really want to excel in this life. And like I repeat again, also excellence. How you do your work. You want to be the best in what you're doing. Outdo yourself every day. So that's something to really keep in mind. And hard work has no substitute. You cannot substitute hard work. It's hard work. At times we could leave an event in the morning and you're going for another one in the morning, the same morning. And you've been working the whole night, day and night. You leave at 4 in the morning. And at 6, you are again supposed to be in the office, and we could do that. And I remember even when I was in the hotel, the same thing, you could work, you are in a function at night, and it's still in the morning, at 6 you are at your station. So hard work has no substitute. Of course, people can say, work smart, not hard, but even working smart is hard work. Thinking is the hardest work actually. So when I say hard work, it's not just hard manual work with your hands. It's also hard work with your head, and really you're also putting a lot of work into thinking and strategizing.
Wow, wow, wow. Such
Yeah.
insightful wisdom. I feel like now
Yeah.
I am carrying a lot. We really appreciate you for coming. And just as a parting shot, one, I would like you to just tell us why would someone need to join Talanta Institute, and two, just a parting shot for the young people, someone who's coming up in the media industry. Well, you've given today a lot of key lessons, but one final parting shot you'd like them to go with. Yeah.
First is why join Talanta Institute. As you've heard, Talanta Institute is a platform of transformation. So if you're passionate and you want to see your life change, to be transformed, not just with technical and academic skills, but as a wholesome person, Talanta is a place for you. That means even if you're not passionate about media, just come. There will be something for you, either through the mentorship sessions we do, because apart from teaching the technical skills and all that practical, we also have mentorship forums. We bring different people in the industry to mentor our students. Even me, times I'll have forums with our students, just to mentor them in life skills, in other areas of life, just to help them, figure out what they are supposed to do and being able to focus in life. So the mentorship forums are so important because we want to see our students as a wholesome person. So we're not just looking at you, just learn, get a certificate and go. We want to see you become also an agent of transformation. So for that, you can join Talanta Institute knowing that you will not be the same again. And a parting shot, what I would want to tell the people in media, either you're starting or you want to get into it, or you're in it and you want to grow. I'll repeat again, a mentor is very important. Look at someone you look up to and just see what they have learned. They say experience is a hard teacher, so it's good to learn through other people's experience. Okay? The mentor has been through something that you don't have to learn practically because it may be a painful lesson at that time. So learn from other people and apply those other lessons I talked about. Diligence, and hard work, discipline, focus. I cannot overemphasize that.
Yeah.
And also to know success is a journey. Don't get into this and thinking, you make it the first day. Just know it's a journey. You have to have the stamina and endurance to wait for your success. You have to keep at it until it gives you results, and trying different ways of how to do it and get the results. So be persistent, be resilient as you do it. So don't just look for instant success, because young people now want instant tea, instant coffee, instant success. You saw this guy who won 40 million, is it yesterday? And he won a jackpot, 40 million. So we're in a place where people are always on their phone betting and all this. I wouldn't advise for that. So you see, the person who won 40 million, for years people have been betting and they haven't won that. So don't go into the betting thing and all that and think that's what will make you rich. Follow the due process. Grow, build yourself, grow yourself, research, and always be, just work on personal development. Develop yourself in all areas, okay? Both in skill, in communication, and in other areas that you become a wholesome person. Don't just become a good camera person and you're not good with people. So it's good to grow yourself in all areas, research, and just see how you grow and always become the best version of yourself.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, CEO Paul, for joining us today.
Thank you
for all of us. Yeah, thank you, Karibu. Those who have joined us on Facebook, thank you for those who are watching us on YouTube. Kindly tune in and subscribe to our YouTube page, that is Talanta TV, and follow us on all our social media platforms, that is at Talanta Institute. Thank you so much, and we hope to have you another time.
Yeah, let's keep
Yeah.
doing this. I believe we can have a series of this. And
Yeah.
Now we can
Possibly discuss how you hustled all those careers.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
We can do it.
Yeah, asante sana.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Asante sana.
Yeah.
Yeah.